Today I'm going to quickly go over every film and show I watched in June 2026. This video won't be very in-depth. I'm going to just quickly go over my thoughts on each film. A lot of these movies have videos dedicated to them, and those videos will be in the description if you want to check them out. And at the end of the video, I will rank my 5 favorite movies I watched this month, my 5 least favorite movies I watched this month, my overall thoughts on this month, and a couple other things that I wanted to do that I think would be kind of fun. Also, I will list where each film is streaming as of the time of posting. It will become outdated. And with that, let's get into the video. I'm also going to be sharing my phone screen so you can see my letterbox as I am talking about each film. I got this idea from Spooky Astronaut. She kind of does this, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. On the first, I watched Are We Not Cats? This film follows two strangers who spark romance through their unusual habit. It's like a body horror-esque film, but there's not that much body horror moments. There's only a couple, but at the end there is a fairly shocking scene. I enjoyed this film enough. I don't think it's a great film. It's a pretty short film if you want to watch like a short film. It's like 77 minutes. I only give it 3 stars. On the second, I watched The Girl with All the Gifts, which is a zombie-esque film. You know, there's these zombies, but there's also these like kid zombies, but while they still crave humans, they don't act as crazy. They act pretty normal. They just have that craving for humans, and it's actually a pretty good film. I gave it 3.5 stars. I had a good time with it. I would definitely recommend it. On the third, I watched We Buried the Dead, which is about after the results of an explosion on this, I believe it's an island, and a lot of the people who were in this explosion turn into zombies. Well, not a lot, but a couple of them do. And so this lady, she goes to the island to help, I believe it's to clean up the place a little bit, or, you know, get the dead bodies. And she's hoping to find her husband who was there. It was an okay film. I didn't love it. I gave it 3 stars. It's interesting enough. I wouldn't say it was the most engaging, at least in my opinion. On the 5th, I watched Scream 7. I enjoyed this film. I understand that there's this whole like political stuff that was going on, and I don't really know a whole lot about what happened. I only know a little bit, and so I don't think it really affected, in my opinion, on this film. The film follows Sydney Prescott and her daughter as there's a new Ghostface killer trying to get them. I had a good time with this film. I thought that the kills were pretty good. I was entertained basically probably the entire, or at least most of the film. I will say the Ghostface reveal was pretty bad. Like, it's definitely not the greatest reveal. I heard that the Ghostface reveal, or the reveal for the Scary Movie 6 was better than Scream 7. I haven't seen Scary Movie 6, so I can't confirm or deny that, but I definitely can believe that this was not a good reveal. But I did give it 3.5 stars. I had a really good time with it. On the 8th, I watched Jeepers Creepers 3. I did this for a review where I went over all the Jeepers Creepers films. Didn't like this film. I don't think I hate it as much as most people do. I'd probably give it like 1.5 stars. It was it wasn't great. On the 11th, I watched A Different Man, which follows this man. He has a genetic disorder, and he goes to get it removed. He does this whole like medical process, and then he gets this removed. And at first he's super happy, you know, people don't look at him differently, but then a person appears in his life that changes everything. I really like this film. I think it's a really interesting example on focusing on the things that don't matter the most, focusing on your outward appearance instead of who you are inside. And I enjoyed this film. I believe I give it 3. Oh, I didn't log it, but I would probably give it like 3.5 stars or 4 stars. I would definitely recommend it. On the 12th, I watched If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. And it's about this mother who, her daughter's sick and her husband's not really there that often. And then there's this missing person, and it just piles up, and getting worse and worse. This is not a fun film to watch. I think it's a pretty good, the film itself is pretty solid. I think Rose Breen, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, her performance was really good as this mother, but I can't say I enjoyed this film at all. I don't really know if you're supposed to, though. You can check it out if you want. I'm not gonna exactly recommend it, but I mean, I guess I'll recommend it. You can check it out if it sounds interesting to you. On the 12th, I also watched Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Not a great film. I don't like it. I don't think I hate it as much as most people do, but I still definitely do not think this was a good film. If you want to know my thoughts more in depth, I have a video about it. That'll be in the description. On the 16th, I watched Min. This film's so complicated. It's about this lady who goes to this retreat alone after a situation that happens, and she notices that somebody is stalking her. And I have like really mixed thoughts on this. I actually enjoyed watching it. Like, when I watched it, I was like, oh, this is pretty solid. The ending was absurd. There's this one scene. I'm not going to spoil it, but you know the scene if you've watched this film or heard what happens in this film. You know the scene. It's just so strange. I mean, I enjoyed it enough. I found the film entertaining, but then I tried to, like, figure out what it really meant. I watched these videos on it, and then my thoughts went crazy. My brain gave up, and now I don't even know how I feel about this film. On the 17th, I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street, which follows this girl who, when she sleeps, her nightmares aren't as fake as they seem, you could say. I really like this film. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think I am as high on it as most people are, but I still enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 stars. I did it for a video. On the 23rd, I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, which is about this teenage boy who's haunted by these dreams of this deceased child murderer, Freddy Krueger, who wants to possess him to continue his reign of terror. I did not really care for this film. It definitely broke some rules that the first film had, and well, I think as the franchise goes on, you know, it's gonna break some rules. This is the second film in the franchise, and also, like, I was really disappointed with the body horror and the gore, because the first film, it was really good. The second film, it was a big disappointment for me. On the 27th, I watched Bad. I'm not gonna get into details about this film. I watched it for a upcoming video, and I thought the film was alright. On the 27th, I watched Supergirl. I noticed that a lot of people were disappointed by this film. I don't think it's a great film. I'd probably give it 3 stars, maybe 3.5, but I found it enjoyable enough. Like, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. On the 29th, I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and I gave this one, I haven't rated it yet. I'm doing it for an upcoming video, but I'd probably give it 3 stars, maybe 3.5. Kind of mixed thoughts on this film. I thought the body horror in this film was a lot better than the second film, but I could never really get fully invested in the story, or I didn't get too invested, and I didn't care for the characters as much as I was hoping. On the 30th, I watched Monthly Colony, which is another one I'm watching for an upcoming video, so I won't tell you too much. I didn't like this film, though. I'll just give you a heads up. I actually liked the first half of this film quite a bit, and then the second half I did not like basically at all. But if you want to know more about that, you'll have to wait. So honestly, those are all the films that I watched this month. It's a lot less than I typically do, but I have been watching some shows, so I will quickly talk about those. I was watching the Chucky show for 3 videos that I made where I went over each season, or my thoughts on each season, and I really like the Chucky show. I don't think there's a single bad season in the show. There's only 3 seasons, but I prefer any of the seasons to any of the movies. I had a really good time with the show, so I watched those like a lot. And then I've also been watching the Japanese anime called Theater of Darkness Yamishibai, and it's like these short films, these like short spooky films. They're animated, and each one is like 4 or 5 minutes probably, and I think they're pretty interesting. I don't think the stories are very in depth. I mean, there's only 4 minutes long, but it's at least something fun, something spooky. I would definitely check it out if you like CrunchyRoll. And I've been watching the 2nd season of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've been watching it with my sister. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. And the other show that I've been watching this month is, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and it's for an upcoming video, but it's called Another. It's a Japanese one. It's kind of confusing to tell you what exactly it's about, but it's about this guy who moves to this town somewhere in Japan, like more rural place, and something's just off about the place, like off. I don't even know exactly what's going on. I'm on the 2nd episode, so I can't give you the best little synopsis, but I would recommend giving it a shot. I'm only on the 2nd episode, so I can't say a whole lot. Now I'm gonna go over my 5 least favorites. In 5th place, I put If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I didn't love this film, didn't hate it. 4th place, I put Men. I don't even know how I feel about this film anymore, so I just put it in 4th place. I mean, I probably shouldn't even put it anywhere. I don't know how I feel about it anymore. In 3rd place, I put Jeepers Creepers 3. Not a good film. And in 2nd place, I put Monthly Colony. You'll learn more about that in an upcoming video. And in 1st place, I put Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which I think makes sense for the worst out of this month. Now I'm gonna know my 5 favorites. I put We Bury the Dead in 5th place, The Girl with All the Gifts in 4th place, A Different Man in 3rd place, Scream 7 in 2nd place, and A Nightmare on Elm Street in 1st place. I think the most overrated film was A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. To be fair, I think I just watched this film too early and I was tired, so maybe if I rewatch it, I'll enjoy it more. But I don't think it's a bad film. I just think it might be a little overrated. The most underrated, I would say, is The Girl with All the Gifts. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this film. I don't know how popular it is, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, and I think it's a pretty good film. And the most overhated, I'm gonna put Scream 7. I know there's the political side of it, but put that aside, I think the film itself is really entertaining. The ghost face reveal is horrible, but besides that, like, it's an entertaining film. So overall, my thoughts on this month, I think it was a solid month. I watched a lot less films this month. I did watch some shows. I'd love to know your opinion on any of these films, of course. And with that, that's about it. Bye.